очень интересное решение. Отцепили провода от дома.
We're witnessing a tense moment here as the young man cuts into the tree. His saw carves a V-shaped notch close to the base, a technique used to guide the tree's fall. However, it seems his calculations on the direction of the fall may be off. As the tree starts to tilt, it's clear it's heading toward the house, not away from it. With each stroke of the saw, the situation grows more critical. The precision of his cutting technique is being put to the test. And unfortunately, a potential disaster looms as the tree edges closer to the house.
Ствол скользкий. Ну ты дорогой. Ты можешь слезть и снизу вот оттолкай.
A skilled worker take on the task of felling a massive tree with nothing but a handheld chainsaw. The chainsaw roars to life, its blade slicing through the thick trunk with impressive power. You can feel the tension building as the saw cuts deeper into the wood. The hum of the engine steady. This is no easy feat. Cutting through such a large tree requires precise technique and a steady hand. The worker has already marked the felling notch, a technique to direct the tree's fall with pinpoint accuracy. He's making a horizontal cut at the base, ensuring the right angle to control the direction. The saw moves swiftly, but with controlled focus, avoiding the risk of the tree shifting unexpectedly. It's crucial to cut at the right height and angle, ensuring the felling cut is properly aligned with the notch. The tension is palpable as the chainsaw buzzes and the tree begins to lean. You can almost feel the weight of the trunk shifting. Will it fall as planned? Or will this become a high-stakes gamble? Time will tell, but every inch of this cut counts.
Go!
The scene unfolds high on a cliffside, with the massive, towering tree perched precariously on the edge. The sound of the saw blade cutting through the air was like a powerful buzz. A distinct crack echoes through the air, the unmistakable sound of the ancient tree's strength yielding. The man steps back, the tree begins to lean. The ground shakes as the mighty tree falls, its massive trunk crashing to the earth below, the sound of its impact reverberating through the mountainside. The skilled worker, standing at the base of the tree, appears almost tiny in comparison, showing us the vastness of the natural world around us. The striking contrast between the human scale and this giant tree highlights the impressive resilience and majesty of nature, a force that has stood the test of time. As we watch this impressive machine in action, its powerful bucket digs into the earth with precision, expertly maneuvering around the stubborn roots. The attachment's claw-like grip gently clasps the tree stump, lifting it with remarkable efficiency. With each careful shake, the soil falls away, revealing the root system beneath. The hydraulic strength and nimble movement of the machine are a testament to the advanced engineering behind it. It's a perfect blend of raw power and delicate handling, making what would otherwise be a daunting task look seamless and effortless. A massive tree stands tall beside the house, a testament to years of growth and endurance. The man standing before it, chainsaw in hand, is about to put an end to this era of towering strength. Today, this mighty tree will be felled, but only after a delicate and calculated process. His first move is deliberate, a horizontal cut at the base of the tree. Just above the ground, the saw slices into the bark with a steady hum, sending small bits of wood flying. Once the first notch is made, he shifts to the opposite side of the trunk, positioning the chainsaw for the next cut. This time, the cut will be diagonal, forming a perfect V shape. He begins the cut with expert control, the blade moving smoothly through the thick wood. The angle is important. This V-shaped notch is key to guiding the tree's fall. It's a strategic move, and the man knows that if done right, it will ensure the tree falls in the exact direction he wants, toward the cleared area, away from the house and any obstacles. Next, he begins to saw around the entire trunk, making a circular cut that goes all the way around. However, he doesn't cut through the tree completely. The purpose of this is to weaken the tree further without completely severing it, keeping enough support for the next, final cut. With the tree now weakened but still standing, the man turns to the opposite side and makes a deep cut into the trunk. This cut is the final one, aimed directly at the heart of the tree. It will cause the tree to begin leaning in the direction of the notch. The chainsaw hums as it cuts through the thick wood, and the tree groans as if sensing its impending fall. The man's movements are calm and controlled, a master at work. The tree begins to lean. At first, it's slow, almost imperceptible, but then, with a deep groan, it picks up speed. The ground shakes as the massive trunk crashes to the earth with a mighty, thunderous thud. The sound echoes across the landscape, a roar of nature's power. Dust and small branches are flung into the air as the tree hits the ground, its once towering presence now reduced to a pile of logs. As the tree lies on the ground, the man begins slicing it into manageable sections with precision. Each cut is methodical, the chainsaw buzzing through the wood. Using a forklift, he carefully lifts the heavy logs, stacking them one by one onto the truck. It's a masterful display of strength and skill in motion. The camera captures a breathtaking scene as a towering tree looms before the man, its thick branches reaching far into the sky. Clad in protective gear, with specialized tree climbing shoes and a harness securely strapped to his body, the man begins his ascent. The air is filled with anticipation. It's a high-risk operation, but he is prepared, each movement calculated with precision. He grips the rope with steady hands, pulling himself up with ease as the tree's rugged bark provides a firm base for his boots. With each deliberate step, he rises higher, the sound of the rope sliding through the carabiner punctuating the air. The camera zooms in to show the incredible height at which he's working, the branches swaying gently in the wind. As he nears a strong, stable branch, he pauses, securing himself with the rope before taking out his chainsaw. The chainsaw roars to life, its engine growling as he pulls it into position. His focus sharpens. The man begins by cutting through a thick branch, his eyes locked on the point where he's aiming the saw. Each cut is deliberate, controlled. There is no room for error at this height. The chainsaw hums steadily as the blade bites into the wood, carving through the dense branches with ease. The sound of the saw is almost hypnotic, drowning out the rustling of the leaves and the distant sounds of the world below. As the branch begins to loosen, he shifts his stance, ensuring his balance is perfect. He adjusts the angle of the saw, expertly guiding the blade to ensure the branch falls in a controlled direction. With a final, smooth motion, the branch gives way and falls. Its descent slow and measured, landing softly on the ground below. The man begins his descent. His rope slides smoothly through the carabiner, controlling his descent with precision. Each move is calculated, ensuring safety and efficiency as he expertly navigates down the towering tree. His every step deliberate and confident. The man begins to make the first cut, a perfect V-shaped notch in the tree's trunk. This cut, strategically placed, is critical for guiding the fall of the massive tree. Once the notch is made, with precision, he begins the final cut, slicing through the trunk with controlled, deliberate strokes. The excavator moves into place. With its mechanical arm, it pushes against the tree's base, nudging the trunk in the direction of the notch. Slowly, the tree begins to fall, a monumental, controlled descent, hitting the ground with a thunderous crash. A tree climber, equipped with nothing but a chainsaw and a harness, is scaling the towering tree, preparing to carefully trim each branch. As he ascends, the height alone is breathtaking. He's now several meters above the ground, navigating the thick branches with precision and skill. The chainsaw, a powerful tool in his hands, hums with intensity as it readies for the delicate task ahead. Each branch he targets requires careful consideration. The chainsaw is carefully positioned, its teeth biting into the wood with ease. But with absolute control, the climber expertly angles the saw, taking care to make cuts that will not only remove the branches but also ensure the tree remains stable. Precision is key. Too much weight removed from the wrong angle could cause the tree to become unbalanced or lead to dangerous falls. The chainsaw buzzes as it slices through branch after branch, cutting through thick wood effortlessly. The climber moves with practiced ease, knowing when to make the cut shallow, when to go deeper, and always mindful of the direction of each falling branch. His harness keeps him secure, but the height, the wind, and the constant balancing act make this a highly skilled, high-risk endeavor. The tree begins to look lighter as the climber removes large branches. Each cut a carefully executed piece of a complex puzzle. With each snip, the tree starts to take shape. Its upper branches thinned out, leaving a more manageable crown. It's a display of both strength and finesse, a perfect blend of human skill and machine power, working together at dizzying heights. We're live in a high-stakes situation today, where the precision and skill required to cut down a tree from such a height are on full display. As he ascends, the complexity of the task becomes apparent. This isn't just about cutting wood. It's about maintaining complete control while balancing at dizzying heights. Using a chainsaw in the tree canopy presents several critical considerations, the first of which is safety. A well-secured harness and ropes are essential for keeping the climber stable. As he moves, every step requires careful attention to his footing and the positioning of his body. Any slip could result in a dangerous fall. The chainsaw, while an essential tool, is also a force to be reckoned with. With its powerful engine, it can be difficult to manage, especially in tight spaces among branches. The climber must keep a firm grip, steadying the saw and making sure it's always angled correctly to prevent kickback. Another key consideration is the angle of the cuts. Each branch must be carefully assessed for its size, weight, and the direction it will fall once cut. The climber needs to think ahead. Will the branch fall away from him? Or could it swing back and cause damage to the tree or even himself? The chainsaw should be held at an optimal angle, not only to cut through the wood efficiently but also to ensure the wood doesn't catch on the blade. With each controlled cut, the climber reduces the weight of the tree's crown, carefully trimming away branches without destabilizing the structure. It's a perfect mix of strength, strategy, and finesse, a skillful dance between man and machine high above the ground.